Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Jack Rose Show. It's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded a video. Last weekend was my daughter's birthday. So that wasn't happening last weekend. I considered trying to carve out some time on Saturday afternoon and then do uploads on Sunday if I got enough time to do it or throughout the week. It just wasn't going to work out. And my family's more important to me than doing this stuff because I'm not doing this for a living. I make absolutely no money at all doing it. I do it because I enjoy it and it's cathartic. It helps me get this shit off my chest. So with that said, if you missed out last weekend, sorry. And thanks for giving a shit. But my kid comes first. So that is what it is. My wife and kid are more important to me than hobbies, basically. So moving forward, this morning, I was scrolling through my YouTube notifications and I got a notification from Lotus Eaters. Now, I'm a fan of Carl Benjamin. I'm a fan of Lotus Eaters. I like a lot of their work, and I like a lot of the outside perspective of my USA fishbowl. These guys, looking over and going, "What the fuck are you doing?" I kind of enjoy that because, holy shit, man, we're a dumpster fire train wreck fucking clown car, and we have been for a really long time now. I mean, well over fucking 5-6 years. And it's just continuing to get worse. It's this whole clown world meme fucking come to life in the US. And on the one hand, I think it's hilarious. On the other hand, it's really hard not to get fucking blackpilled. Okay. And I am going to mention that at some point in a future video, the whole black pill and accelerationism and, people really, really wanting to kick some shit off. I'm not going to talk about that in this one because I think the purpose of this one really kind of needs to be a standalone. So the video that they had put up that caught my attention was titled, "What's Your Most Left-Wing Opinion?" I'm going to put a link to the video down in the comments section or down in the description for this video. No credit at all toward that. As far as I'm concerned, that's all them. Okay. And I want them to get, full credit where due for their work. And honestly, they're getting credit for me even, making this video today, just for the simple fact that that's what got my brain kicking on this particular topic. So what's my most left-wing opinion? Well, if we were back in the 90s, early 2000s, back when, left and right meant what they used to mean at that time, my most left-wing opinion would be that if something offends you, you change the fucking channel and move the hell on, and you don't try to end somebody's life or career over it. If you see something that bothers you, you suck it up and don't be a bitch, and you just keep on fucking doing whatever the hell you're doing. Okay? Free speech, right? Freedom of expression. Comedians were free to offend and people were free to be offended. Musicians were free to make their fucking music and people were free to not like it, not buy it, not listen to it, change the radio station, change the channel on the TV. If you didn't want to watch Howard Stern and, shock jock type stuff, you didn't have to fucking watch it. That was seen as a left-wing position back then. Okay, well, obviously our Overton window has moved quite a bit in a certain direction, and it ain't towards fucking individualism, let me tell you. It's definitely not towards more freedom, more liberty for the individual. These days, some people's most left-wing positions are pretty fucking far out there. And there were a couple of trends that I saw in the course of watching this video and seeing the responses. And those two trends basically boiled down into two camps. And the first camp was, I just want to tear everything down and, attempt to create a utopia because it'll work this time. Well, good luck with that. Smarter men than you have tried. Not understanding how things work or why things work the way that they do, and thinking that you can just tear it down and rebuild it in another image and have it magically work this time because it's you doing it. First of all, it's extremely ignorant. Second of all, it's extremely arrogant. It's the kind of magical thinking that toddlers engage in, honestly. And it's incredibly fucking destructive. That's the kind of shit that leads to genocides. It leads to famines. It leads to mass starvation. It leads to people dying because they don't agree with your views. It leads to all of the horrific shit that we saw in the 20th century and even into the 21st century and even before the 20th century, if you actually know something about history. Marx wasn't original. Marx and Engels were not original in their thinking. There had been previous situations in history throughout the world in which people had tried the exact kind of shit that they were advocating for long before they were ever born. I mean, hundreds of years before they were ever born. And every single time it has ended up in death, tyranny, and utter fucking failure. Every single fucking time. You're not smart enough to fix that. Sorry, you're just not. The other side of it is the I just want everything for free kind of crowd. And I mean, some of it, you know, I want all of my entertainment to just be free. Just pipe to my computer or my smartphone or my television. All of my communications should be free. And we're not talking about free as in I can say whatever I want to say. We're talking about like I should never have to pay for shit. I shouldn't have to pay for my computer. I shouldn't have to pay for my phone. I shouldn't have to pay for any kind of service to connect these things with the outside world. Monetarily free, no cost to you. Well, all right, look. Again, toddler thinking. But what's worse than that is the basic necessities and resources must be free and provided to me kind of crowd. And there was a lot of that. And I'm actually surprised that this has grown over my adulthood. And this isn't 16, 17, 18-year-olds. This is, you know, college graduates. These are kids in college. These are adults. They're young adults. They're older adults. There are some people that are my age that genuinely believe in this shit, that genuinely believe that your basic food necessities should be provided to you at absolutely no cost whatsoever. You shouldn't have to work for them. You shouldn't have to pay for them. Your housing, the fucking roof over your head, the walls around you, no cost to you, should just be provided by fucking who? Okay. Clothing, same deal. Healthcare, same deal. Now, this is where we get into the meat of this video. Basically, what these people are advocating for is sitting there, how can I say this as charitably as possible? Sitting their pampered privileged asses on their fucking couch and having literally everything that they actually need provided for them by the hard work of somebody else without them having to lift a goddamn finger to pay for any of it. That's called creating slavery or indentured servitude and potentially even a caste system. You want to be the Lord and you want the doctor to be your serf. That's what that is, okay? It's ignorant as fuck. It's extremely arrogant. And it's also completely unrealistic. I mean, this is like the epitome of toddler thinking. We produce all this food. Why isn't it just free? Because cost is a factor for the people who produce it. That's why it's not fucking free, you goddamn brainlet. Okay? These absolute brainlets genuinely think that there's no cost to the materials to build that fucking structure. There's no cost to the materials to create that clothing. There's no cost in the years of training to become a doctor, the ungodly millions of dollars that are spent in the name of fucking medical research and development of medical equipment. And we're not talking, you know, fancy MRI machines or anything else like that. We're talking something as simple as making a fucking IV bag and IV tubing. The materials alone cost money. Getting somebody to make it costs money. If you're proposing, well, it should just be free. It should just be free. then all those people making those wheelchairs, all those people providing that service, all those doctors that are making sure that you don't fucking die, that you're not fucking sick, that you get the fucking drugs you need when you need them. All of the people involved in that entire fucking supply chain, they're working, they're required to work to provide you a service, and in some cases goods, but mostly a service or series of services for fucking nothing. We have a word for that. We have a word for that. It's called fucking slavery. Okay. The doctors, the wheelchair manufacturers, the oxygen pump manufacturers, the drug manufacturers, they should just be doing it for free. They should just be doing it out of the kindness of their fucking hearts. Do they get free food? Do they have all of their basic needs met per your requirements? Do they get less or do they get more than you? Because they're actually fucking working. They're required under your fucking utopian bullshit system to provide you with something with absolutely nothing required from you. There is no mutual transaction there. They should just be required to provide it for me. Right. Okay. So you want to be a slave owner. That's what you're saying. You want to be a de facto slave owner and force these people to work for you. What about the farmers? What about the people that actually have to grow the fucking vegetables, raise the fucking animals? What about the people that actually have to produce the fucking food for you to eat? Because it doesn't just magically come from the grocery store. Okay. It has to go to the grocery store from wherever it is produced. You do understand that, right? We don't have Star Trek replicator technology. You can't just say, tea Earl Grey hot or coffee black and magically it appears in the fucking cup. Somebody has to grow the food. Somebody has to raise the livestock. Then they have to do all of the processing work that goes in between vegetable in the dirt or cow on the range to food in the supermarket. Okay. And what about the people at the supermarkets? They're required to work the supermarket. They're required to have the food there. Or is it just, it goes straight from the farm to you, straight from the farmer who's required to work to provide to you for free, right to you. No middleman, no supermarkets, no distribution centers, none of that. Just straight to your front door, huh? That's how that's going to work. What about the logistics of making that happen? What about the fuel costs? What about the vehicle maintenance costs? What about the fucking drivers, okay, that have to deliver that? You're asking a whole lot of people to do a whole lot of work for you so you can sit on your ass and eat for free. Right. That's called fucking slavery, man. I thought that was a bad thing. I still think that's a bad thing. And I'm not a fan of the idea. And if that's a left-wing position now, y'all might want to look in the mirror and do some fucking soul searching, because that's pretty fucking wild. That's pretty far the fuck out there. Oh, basic necessities should be free. All right, look. If you really believe that, I mean, deep in your heart and soul, if you really believe that food, clothing, shelter, maybe healthcare, I'm including water in food, by the way, should be free. Here's what you need to do. You need to pick up a couple of survival books, and you need to go find an area in the U.S. where nobody fucking lives, and you just take your ass there and go figure it out. Because out in the fucking wilderness, out in the desert, out in the woods, up on a fucking mountain, you can make free shelter. You can make free clothing. You can grow your own food. You can forage and you can hunt, and it's free. You're going to have to fucking work for it. You can have as much health care as you can provide yourself with a solid survival book and what it's going to teach you about the use of particular herbs that are, natural, basically homeopathic medicines. And there are some out there. Okay, there's basically herbal replacements for a lot of over-the-counter stuff like, Advil and Tylenol and shit like that. You don't need that kind of stuff. There's herbs out there that'll take care of it. Fucking dandelions are wonderful. Roses are actually pretty good as far as survival staples. Roses are just they're hard to grow and they're hard to get them to survive in particular climates, But if you pick the right climate, you pick the right area, yeah, you could survive pretty fucking good if you put in the work. And your ass is going to be getting up before dawn. You're going to be working your ass off all goddamn day, one way or another, just to make it through the day to have enough to eat come wintertime. And when wintertime comes around, it's going to be hard. It's going to be really fucking hard. You think the summer's hard. You think the spring's hard. You think the fall is hard and all the work you got to do. The wintertime's really hard. And, yeah. So, look, if that's something you genuinely believe in, pick your ass up, move out of the fucking city, take your ass out to the woods and go figure it out. Go figure out exactly how free really is. Okay? If you're not willing to do that, you're just advocating for slavery. You're arrogant. You're ignorant. You don't fucking understand how things work. You don't understand why there is a cost to things. Okay? And don't give me this shit about, oh, it's all because money exists. Well, if money didn't exist, you'd be trying to trade a T-shirt for a gallon of gas. And the guy with the gallon of gas is going, I don't need a fucking T-shirt. I got 2 of them. What I need is a chicken. You got a chicken? No, you don't got a chicken? I don't need your fucking T-shirt. You're not getting my gallon of gas. You're gonna try to trade the art that you made for the chicken. And the guy with the chicken goes, I don't need that. I don't need that. I need chicken wire. I need somebody to come help me split wood. I don't need your bullshit art. When you add money into the picture, when you add a medium of exchange that is not barter, that's when you get art. That's when you get music. That's when you get cultural advancement. That's when you get all these wonderful things that we've developed time and time and time and time and time again over various societies throughout human history. You guys want to regress? You want to go back to this cast of people works to produce for this other cast of people? That's not very progressive. Let's just put it that way. It's not very progressive. It's kind of regressive. It's kind of, it's definitely going backwards, and frankly, it's evil. So there's that, You pretty much want to enslave the doctors and the farmers and the seamstresses, or I don't know, what do you call a guy who makes clothes for a living? Tailors, right? Or is that just a guy who adjusts clothes for a living? I'm not 100% sure about that. That's a good question. I'm going to have to look that up. Tailors and seamstresses and your farmers and your doctors and your carpenters and your architects, your drivers, all these people that handle your fucking supply chain that is required to bring you all of the shit that you're asking for free. They're required to work so that you can sit on your ass and have free shit. That's pretty fucking spicy, honestly. That's pretty fucking spicy. And, if you think that's proper, we're just not going to agree. Because, real life ain't like that. You get up off your ass, you go make your fucking money, and you do what you can. But that's about all I wanted to say about it. I think I've repeated myself a few times, and, it is what it is. If you guys liked the video, give it a little thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a little thumbs down. If you've got a comment, leave a comment down in the comments section. If you didn't like the video, tell me why you didn't like it. You're not going to hurt my fucking feelings. We might have an argument, but you're not going to hurt my fucking feelings. Share the video with your friends and family, even if you just want to make fun of me. That's cool. Helps this stuff get out there. Helps people think about it, I guess, maybe, if they're inclined to do so. But one way or another, that's all I got. Have a good one.